also start recording the audio so I don't forget things. But to those who are gonna be here and be new, hi. You're really late in the game. This is like episode 19. No, yes. Oh my god, we're on 19.
Something like
Yes.
that. Bro, this is
and like
and we get correct me. Sorry, go ahead.
no, continue.
All I was gonna say is correct me if I'm wrong, but we got Squidgy back.
We have the Pookie back. So those who don't know the lore,
with
she's
us.
back.
We have the Squishy back.
But to those new on Twitch,
alive.
this is also a podcast over on YouTube. So if there's any previous episodes, like just click over there. You guys are just getting free access right now. Teehee. This will be on YouTube later, so watch your mouths. But listen, episode 19, and then we got... So obviously, for those who don't know us over on Twitch, hi, hello. It is me, Pum, and then I have... a lag spike. Oh my lord, give me a second. Anyway, Squeezy and Shadow. Yo, I'm lagging. Hella.
Oh. It's because of the shit you have open.
It absolutely is. You wanna know what I
It's
have
'cause
open
you're
right now? A lot.
What do you have open?
OBS
Discord,
and
close your
3
browser
different
up.
tabs.
I have
Yeah, close your browser.
Opera,
That'll help.
Spotify, VR, OBS, and Live Studio.
As a preemptive, I am just gonna minimize my... Oh, I can actually minimize VR chat on OBS. I forget about that. It literally lets me still record, and it saves my frames.
Yeah.
Tee!
So,
Really?
for those of you guys in my stream, hi, hello. This isn't SGHS. This is the Reddit podcast that I've been doing with Pum.
If you hear scraping in the background, that is my
And
dog not
Shadow.
gaining traction to scratch her back.
And like she said, we're on episode 19. This is the end of our second season, pretty much.
Oh my god, yeah. Dude! That makes me so happy
This is
though.
the
We've
end
been
of
doing
our
this for
second
so
season.
long.
Right. Bro, I'm so
Um,
proud of how consistent everybody's been with this.
Yeah.
Like, I'm proud as fuck of you two for how consistent y'all have been with this and everything.
Don't make me cry.
Maybe later. It's
I've-
okay.
Should I add the
Cried
tidbit of I've already
already
been...
today,
Yeah,
don't
I've already cried today. We don't need it again.
Okay. I'll make you guys cry tomorrow instead. We'll schedule
That's wild.
We'll schedule it.
You
It's
act like
okay.
I won't beat you to it.
If you guys see this lovely screen in the back, this is actually one of our episodes. I am sadly not in it, but this was our episode with AGP Mystery.
I want to say this was the
That happened,
last
like, what?
episode, because then I also had to go
Was
on a
it
short
last
LOA.
episode? Yeah.
No, we had the
So,
homie
you
episode.
can-
Oh, we
as well.
did. We did.
I have. But sorry, I was responding to something in chat. You can find these episodes on Pum's YouTube, which is just Pumkitty. She has all of our episodes there from season 1, episode 1 to season 2, episode
Oh my god,
1.
we've almost been doing this for 20 weeks, and now we have a new world! And I want to thank the homie Nada for showing us this, because it's super cute, and it's way more podcast-oriented. We have little microphones now. Do they work? No, but you don't need to believe they do. Look, these are totally real microphones. Tink, tink.
Ding ding.
Ting,
But
ting.
for those, again, entering chat, this is a Reddit podcast. We're going to be reading Reddit things, but in VR chat, because Toaster. I just heard my cat
You know-
meow.
It's,
Where
I
are
talk
you?
with my hands a lot, but I don't like
Would it
showing
be
my
good-
face, so...
Would it be?
Oh, thank
would
you
it
for the
be,
heart.
Would it be against TOS for me? The fact that I'm going to ask that question, I'll ask you guys later, and we'll talk about what my idea for like next time.
If you have
That
to ask if it's
scares
against
me.
TOS, it might
Dear
be
Jesus.
against TOS.
Okay.
If you see
4
me
words,
reach,
4 words.
I promise
holding
you,
my hand.
I'm just trying. Yeah, I'm holding her hand.
Exactly.
I'm also not just grabbing my vape that's on the.
No, Pum. So
She
doesn't
just
love me.
Oh, there's a
forward,
cat there. Oh shit! I'm sorry, Mink.
just fucking smack the shit out of them.
Okay, but before we get sidetracked, I'm gonna hop into it. I said that I don't have my pins organized. Please don't mind me. I'm gonna start us off with. Actually, you know what? I want to start us off with the weird short one that I found because it goes 0 to 100 so fast. There is an update within it.
Before we start, I would just like to say, Mink is staring at the screen that has my live studio on it.
Mink is moderating your chat. What a good cat.
Are you mad at? Don't step on my keyboard. That's a bad idea.
He's modding.
See,
Come
Mink's
here.
moderating your chat.
Oh, he's got this in lock.
Hello, everyone. Hi, baby.
Okay, so
Hi,
this
cutesies.
was originally posted on Am I the Asshole, and it got sub-posted to Am I the Devil. And for those who don't know, if it gets onto that subreddit, you definitely messed up, and you're a horrid person.
You fucked up one way or another.
And so the original title is Am I the Asshole for Just Leaving My Girlfriend's Place When She's on Her Period? Title sounds bad, but there's a lot more to the story. Me and my girlfriend are both 21 in uni. I live at home, so she doesn't really come here as my mother is kind of conservative and is against her sleeping over. I mostly go to her place and we have adult time, play video games, chill, smoke, and just hang out and have fun. I really am trying to obey TOS so much right now. Passionate hugging. I don't know what you want from me.
Time.
And spicy cuddles.
My girlfriend has a habit of inviting me over and then telling me she's on her period whenever we try to have intimate time. I'm okay with doing that when she's on
Wild.
her period, but she isn't and finds it gross. I asked her numerous times to tell me before I come over just so my expectations are accurate. She doesn't, or she'll tell me that she isn't yet, and then when I arrive, inform me that she just got it, which I think is a lie, to be honest. But what do I do? I don't really know periods. Anyway, I told my older brother about this, and he said that she only does it because I let her get away with it. I asked what he wanted me to do since I already am there, and our relationship isn't just adult hugging, or whatever you want to call it. I'm not good with censoring. He suggested that I leave a few
Intimate
times,
time.
and she'll eventually figure it's best to just be honest with me. I recently took his advice much to the... That's not a real word. Much... I swear to God that's not a real word, and I think it's a typo, and I'm trying to figure out what he meant. But the girlfriend was not
What's it
happy with what he was
spell it?
doing. Chagrin, like Chagrin.
What the fuck kind of word is that?
I'm assuming it just means
Yeah,
like the
nope,
girlfriend's
that's not
definitely
English.
upset.
Yeah.
I lost my spot. Oh no. Oh, here it is. She ended up
sorry.
posting about it on social media, and now I'm being lambasted by girls everywhere calling me misogynistic pig and less happy language. The post has gone semi-viral in my town, and I'm wondering, am I the asshole? There is a very short update, but that was the
Aw.
original post.
I mean, so far, no. He's just trying to like accommodate his girlfriend and her scheduling and everything.
I will say
Um,
though, as a female, like
mhm.
getting your period spontaneously when your man is coming over to come do that stuff.
Just tell him you don't want to. Like the spark isn't there anymore. Stop leading the dude on. Like,
But I will also
we
say, though, for
understand.
him to get up and leave after trying to initiate and she's saying, like, no, I'm on my period or whatever her excuse wants to be, whether that's real
Yeah,
or
no,
not,
that-
like, you're a dick. Because that means
She
you're
still said
coming over
no.
there with, like, one ending, right? You don't want to just hang out
Yeah.
and be with your partner and like chill and play video games like you said. You're making it entirely passionately hugging related, and that's a horrid connotation to have.
Yeah, no, yeah, I agree with that. I missed that whole fucking part. And
I hit the chair again.
now that you say that though, depending on what the update says, I mean, she could be doing well, she is. It sounds like she's doing a lot of this on purpose.
I will say the
but,
comments
like, the reason
blasted
behind
him.
it.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
I don't blame, like, if he's going over there strictly for just sex, then it's like no. Like, if you tell somebody, hey, I just want to spend time with you and like hang out with you and shit, we don't have to fucking do anything.
Mm-hmm.
But then you're gonna get upset and throw a little tantrum because you didn't get any.
Yeah.
Like,
So one of the top
like,
comments
bro. Okay, yeah, I
is
changed my answer. He is.
you're the asshole. Leaving when passionate hugging won't be forthcoming sends a message, all right. The message is that you're only there for that reason, and that's her only value to you. You say that your relationship is more than that, but your actions contradict it. Why else would you need to know before you
Mhm.
expend the effort to going over to her place? Stop expecting it. There, your expectations are now managed. Ta-da! And there's an edit to that comment which is added due to the update.
Mhm.
Oh.
What's the update?
If I hit this chair one more time, I'm gonna lose it. Anyway, it's because like the pins, they're just I don't want to reach up. So the edit and the update is, well, thanks guys. It looks like I'm the asshole since I'm supposedly acting entitled to passionate hugging, ignoring the fact that she's entitled to my attention, as anyone could figure out from my post. This barrage has made me realize that this relationship isn't going anywhere. See, my girlfriend is a lot like the users of Am I the Asshole, too wrapped up in gender stuff to ever see where I'm coming from. So I've decided to dump her, since convincing you guys of anything is like pulling teeth, and she's just gonna be the same. So well done. You freed a girl of another patriarchal dickhead. Congrats. She's crying as we speak, but that's what you wanted, so good day. And the commenter of the first comment said, edited to add in response to yours, she's definitely better off.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, yeah. No, okay, I can't say half of those words. Anyways, you're a child. If you ever remotely see this, you sound like you'd be a gooner that plays this game and everything and harasses women. So if you ever see this, bud, you're a man child, and she wasn't crying. Maybe in the moment, but after that night, she was fine. I'm gonna be completely honest, and she's probably doing 10 times better than you are.
Yeah.
This seems like also
Already having in
his
common.
entire family sucks, because that's the advice you got from your big brother, was to just get up and leave. Your whole family
Like, I
sucks.
can
Every
say,
girl should run.
I can say, and playing a little bit of devil's advocate here, certain situations, yes, that is justifiable and stuff like that and everything. That was not one of those situations though,
No.
at all.
That was one of
Like,
those
I would,
situations of you. Oh, okay, we can do something else, but
Dude, for real.
mhm,
Like if me
mhm,
and Rosie weren't engaged, right? We were in our dating phase, and he were to text me like, "Are you on your period?" And I said yes, and he's just like, "Okay, well, I'm not coming over." That means you just wanted to use me. You didn't care about quality time or like
exactly.
watching a movie. Like,
See,
yeah.
I will say this. And this goes to anybody, if you guys ever hear me asking it to a partner or anything like that, my dumb ass is too much of a fucking romantic to be like, "Are you on your period?" Yeah, okay, cool. And then instead of not coming over, that's when it's like, "All right, what was her favorite chocolates? What was like?" That's what you do if they actually mean something to you
pull up
and
with a
shit like
heating
that.
pad,
You don't just
please.
My fiance
one of
screams
those
at my abdomen.
one of
You
those
scream at my abdomen when I'm on my period.
one of those lavender like it's the stuffed animal, but it has the lavender heating pad that you put in the microwave and then you put it in the stuffed animal and everything, and so it's like aromatic and hot, and you just have something to cuddle. They're nice.
Yo,
I've
I'll be
seen them
honest, I
before,
get
they're
belly
really
rubs.
nice.
Like if my cramps are
Get
extreme,
my
I get belly
stomach yelled
rubs.
at. Get my stomach yelled at.
He's gonna fight your ovaries.
No, I don't
See,
because
you
I'm
won't get belly rubs,
self-conscious,
you'll
babe.
get belly punches.
It does hurt. I'm also self-conscious.
Next time we'll go to a couch.
Okay, I'll figure a way around it. We will conquer. But I want to say that'll lead us
What's
up to Squish's story, because that's all that guy had. He is just a man baby and a child, and I'm so glad she's out of
That's
that.
exactly what he is. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry that I said he wasn't at first. I missed that whole part of him just being like,
Big man,
"Oh,
baby."
on period. Okay, I'ma just leave." Like I go ahead.
That's why you have female
Man, baby.
friends. We will
Exactly,
educate you.
exactly. And
So
I
I'm gonna
appreciate
try.
the f out of that. Go ahead.
I'm gonna try and keep this as PG-13 as possible, because it does have a trigger warning on it.
Oh.
It's essay and harassment, so I'm going to try and keep it as PG-13 as possible.
Censors and abbreviations. And new words.
Yep. Okay, so if you see me doing this, it's because there's a fucking button on the seat and it's bugging the shit out of me.
Okay, so I'm not the only one who keeps hitting the button.
So, well, no, I'm sitting on the chair. I've pressed the button. It just keeps showing up every time I look down, and it's
Is
making
there a
it hard for
colliders
me
menu
to.
in the world? There's gotta be a colliders button.
I don't even know if
Okay.
there's a menu in this world.
That's fair.
All right.
We'll check after.
So this was originally
Yeah.
posted June 4th, 2014. This is an old Reddit post. This is best of Redditor updates. And it's titled "My 22 female roommate, 21 female, is trying to sublease her room to someone I have a restraining order against."
Oh.
So this
That
is how it
friend can
goes.
lease their own new place somewhere
For
else.
real. So it goes, when I was a freshman in college, a guy named Pete, 21 male, name changed obviously for privacy reasons, began can I harassing's not a bad word.
No.
You can say harassing or harassment.
Okay.
You just
Okay.
bleep yourself with any of the other forms that come before the
Yeah.
harassment.
We are horrible with censorship. Oh my lord.
So, I was a freshman in college. A guy named Pete, 21 male, began harassing me to date him. I refused over and over again, and it ended with him ripping my shirt off at a party to try to touch my kajangas. You know? The bongalos. I filed a police report, and Pete was found guilty of assault. I have a 1,000-foot restraining order against Pete. Fast forward to this week. My roommate Shelly needs a subletter to take over for her while she studies abroad for the summer. She didn't know she was leaving until 2 weeks ago and has been looking for someone to take over since then. She found Pete on CL and asked me if I approved. I showed her my court documents, but Shelly claims she can't find anyone else to take over and that I will have to deal with it. We got into a heated argument and she just left the apartment. This morning, Shelly texted me that Pete would be moving his stuff into the apartment today. I called the police, but Pete hasn't showed up yet, so they can't do anything. Shelly also says she will be staying for the remainder of the week. The lease says that she can move whoever she wants in without my permission. Same goes for me. But there's still the issue of the restraining order. The landlord told me that it was between Shelly and me to figure out. We both have 1-year leases that expire in December with the same terms. TLDR, there's an update, but I'll give you the TLDR from the original post. TLDR, roommate is trying to sublease our apartment to a man I have a restraining order against. She told me to deal with it. Landlord and cops haven't done anything about it.
That one
There's
is
no way that's
tricky because
legal.
technically
To a landlord's
I wanna know why the
perspective,
cops
it's
haven't done
doable.
anything.
I won't say. I think what the cops are finicky. If
problem
they
is
have
the
an
fact
active
that
restraining order, he has to be on the premises to be violating the restraining order. He has to be moved in, and then it's violating the restraining order.
yeah, he can't. Well, no, depending on the restraining order, I thought that like he can't even visit, or else it would be like
He can't go
violating.
he can't go within 1,000 feet of her.
Yeah, yeah. So, well, I think the cop. Did, I missed it. Did she say that he showed up with a roommate at some point?
No,
Because
he
if
has not shown up yet.
okay, so if he hasn't, okay, so that's why the cops can't do anything with it yet. And yeah, it is finicky because it's like the landlord and stuff. Since she doesn't actually own the place, she, honest to God, technically has no say if within the lease she signed saying that she was okay with whoever she lived with moving
Break the
in
lease.
whoever.
I hope she can break the lease. Most
Yeah,
leases have a contract breaking fee so she can get out. Because if landlord won't do
oh,
anything about
I
it, and
just
if police won't do anything about it, she's got to break the lease and get out. That's such a dangerous
even if she
situation.
can't break even if she can't break the lease, d- do what I did. Just pack up your shit and leave one night. You you don't say anything, you don't do anything, you just grab everything that's important to you and as much as you can,
But if your name's on a
and you
lease
just
though
leave.
and you
You
don't
don't.
pay the rent, it docks your credit score. Because then you have people
And
coming for you on that.
I'm trying to get my credit score down to 0. If I'm being honest, fuck owing anybody anything. Fuck debt.
Well, your credit score is how you
I'll
get
pay
like
in cash for.
houses and stuff.
You can get a house with 0 credit score as long as you have enough money to pay for it.
Still, I don't know. I think given her situation, if they also can't find someone to take over the lease, and I'm assuming CL, she meant Craigslist, is where she found this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Go back on
This
Craigslist,
sounds like to
Pookie.
me
Find
he
someone
knew
else too.
where. I was gonna say, this
Alright.
sounds like to me he knew where she lived at as well, and so he put up a thing there, seeing if anybody would let him go and like rent there, so he could be closer
Yeah,
and
stay
shit to
near.
stock and everything.
Also, like, does
But
girl
continue,
code
sorry.
mean nothing
Okay.
in that sense? Like, even if you don't know the girl
Dude,
personally and you're not like close friends, girl code is such a serious thing. And like, and I don't mean that as like
there's so
weird
many
girl codes,
people.
you know what I mean? I mean girl code in a sense of female safety for one another. If I went up to a random woman and was like, "Hey, XYZ over here is like harassing me," that random woman is gonna be like, "You will stay here next to me, and you will not leave until they're gone." Like,
Exactly. But I've seen so many instances where I know for a fact it is a blood like a not blood. It is a like what's the fucking phrase? Cutthroat. It is a bloody cutthroat world for y'all in some instances too, because it's like people and their egos and like and personalities and stuff like that. If they have any reason to dislike you for something, they're gonna sit there and act like yeah, it means nothing. 'Cause I've seen girls before that have like one day they're like you two with each other, and then the next day they act like they've never even met each other
Yeah.
before, that they hate each other and stuff. Like it's bad.
oh, this makes me nervous. Please
It's
give me the
bad.
update.
Okay. So, the update is 5 days later, so June 9th, 2014. So there's a small thing before the actual update, okay? Just says, "Hi everyone, thank you for reading this update. I've added some extra details at the beginning to better explain what happened. Uh, things took some M. Night Shyamalan twists." Someone had basic corrected me. I don't know who this is. I'm sorry, babe. So details. Okay, baby. I didn't know that. I'm sorry. I love you. um. So Shelly and I were not close friends. We simply were just roommates with our own separate bedrooms and connecting kitchen/living room space. I've only known her since last December when we originally signed our leases. We've hung out, but the only real connection we had is that she likes anime/Japan and I am Asian.
Okay.
The Craigslist ad that Shelly posted didn't have a photo, and it turns out that she had used a generic photo of the two of us in an ad on our college Facebook page, but Shelly took it down before I got a chance to take a screenshot.
That definitely violates the restraining order because so one thing I do know about restraining orders real quick is you cannot if you accidentally run into each other in a common space, i.e. like a grocery store, that's not inherently breaking a restraining order. It's when you're going out of your way to be in that said space. If that was the image, you're violating the restraining order.
So, now on to the update. After I made my Reddit post, Shelly was locked in her room for 3 hours. I tried to talk to her, but she wouldn't come out of the room. She left her room to get food and just walked past me as if I didn't exist. Everyone who I called told me that until Pete actually showed up, no crime was being committed, so I couldn't report it until then. I just sat by the door in the window watching for Pete's car. This continued until early Saturday morning when Shelly woke up for her morning jog. I was still on the lookout for Pete's car. I stayed up all night on the couch. Shelly tried to sneak out past me, but I woke up and blocked the door. I needed an explanation for why I was being forced to stay up all night waiting to call the police on Pete when she knew that I had a restraining order against him. Shelly's explanation was that the restraining order doesn't matter to her, that she has dealt with unreasonable people like me before, and that she has never listened to any restraining order before now. So why should she just
You're
for
an
me?
entitled
The more
bitch.
the more I listened, the sicker I felt. Shelly basically admitted to me that she is a cunt. Oh.
It's out in the air now. It's fine.
Sorry, I was in it.
Little
Also, side note, this girl's talking about restraining orders like she has one against her. Just a little bit.
She is. I've never obeyed a restraining order.
What, baby?
Yeah, you crazy bitch. You probably have like 10.
So, I told Shelly that she was a real piece of work, and that I was going to maintain my watch for Pete, and that I would contemplate taking legal action. She told me that whether I liked it or not, she was done looking for subletters, and that it was my problem. I told her to get out and go for her jog, and she left and came back a bit later, locked herself in her room again. Sometime around noon, I had accidentally fallen asleep because I had been awake for 36 plus hours at that point. I woke up and saw Pete helping Shelly move her stuff into her car. I didn't see him in the apartment, but he was helping her in the parking lot. I immediately locked them both out and called the police. Shelly and Pete came to the door again, and when Pete saw it was locked, and when he saw me watching from the window, he blew up at Shelly. He started to ask her why I was in the apartment and why Shelly didn't tell him that I was the roommate. He demanded his money back, and I could hear them screaming at each other through the door.
You saw the picture. You saw the picture on the ad. You knew who it was. Don't try to act like you didn't know. Continue, sorry.
The cop showed up, handcuffed Pete and Shelly. I told them my story, and Pete said he had text messages and emails to back himself up. The cops checked his phone, saw the text from Shelly saying along the lines that her roommate wouldn't care about X, Y, and Z because he was a chill guy. Pete had posted his own ad looking for a male roommate. That's right, Shelly's a liar too. The cops released Pete because he had proof that he didn't know it was me. I'm okay with this because I saw the emails and texts too.
Okay.
Shelly was charged with disorderly conduct and her mom came to get her. Sunday evening, Shelly and her mom came back to the apartment to finish packing for her study abroad. Shelly made some snide remarks about me definitely going roommate hunting to find her a subletter, as I said I would. I ignored her. Shelly left for her plane this morning. You know the good thing about separate leases? I'm only liable for my rent, not hers, so I'm going to sit on my butt for the rest of summer while she gets evicted for the lack of rent payment. TLDR,
Yes.
Pete had no clue it was me. Shelly got arrested. She thinks I'll find a subletter, but I'm going to let her get evicted.
Yes, at a fucking girl. Like,
The roommate's
also,
crazy. Oh my
side
god.
note, that's what I'm saying. Side note, though, at least, I'm not saying fully, but hey, at least we can say Pete bettered himself a little bit. He was respectful, flat out. Was like, hey, I didn't know. I wouldn't have done this if I had, and everything,
Yeah,
and showed
least
that
he was like-
didn't know. He
At least he was like, I didn't know she was your roommate. Like, I can't be here. Like,
Dude, I have so many words for
The
the
fact that-
ex roommate. Like, you just endangered
Yeah,
somebody's
yeah.
life. If he's still violent of any manner, if he tries to do something again, and now they're in a shared space, like, ooh.
Mhm. Pete's over here thinking he's fixing to move in with a homie and play like some fucking video games on the evenings and drink some beer, watch the football game on Saturdays, not get arrested because of an old college crush.
No, man, the homies are on their period. They can't play video games.
Yeah. Listen. Man periods are a real thing. We just don't bleed.
I'll just
I
get
could change
very
that.
hormonal. So can I.
Help.
You don't get no help.
Jesus Christ! Just the instant like bloodlust I can sense from both of you. Just like I can change that.
Listen,
I
I'm
can
just
make you
glad that
bleed.
OP
I have-
is safe and got out of the situation and has, like, no legal fees involved. Like, she literally just gets to keep enjoying her space and her place. And the roommate gets
happy
evicted.
that this
Exactly.
Pete. I'm happy that this Pete dude was like, whoa,
Respectful.
like, I can't.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, you have some bad history and stuff, but he
Oh,
was
shit.
respectful enough to be like, I wasn't actually trying to infringe or do any of that or break this or be around you and stuff. Whether he's telling the truth, well, I mean, he's halfway telling the truth because it's like,
I mean, it's break a restraining order,
he's
get
got the
arrested.
messages. Yeah, that's true. That's true. And he got let go. So that's if that should say that like he had pretty convincing evidence that he didn't know that it was her.
Dude, I will say this is why we
And
live
to
in an
be
age of,
fair-
like, screenshot and keep everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
At all times. Like, no one is safe.
Cookie.
Oh yeah, no, I mean
Picky.
shit, you even got
I
got
can't touch
plugins
your
and
boobies from here.
That's your only thought.
you got plugins and you got plugins and stuff nowadays for Discord that there's a few of them I've seen and everything where people can try to delete a message,
Your
You
but
feel
camera
better?
as long
It is. All of chat has caught you.
yeah. But yeah, no, there's plugins now that even I enjoy for like Discord and stuff that it'll log messages for you.
Oh,
So that way you can have a certain period of like messages, as
behind
well
you.
as you can keep it to where,
It's behind
as
me.
long as it was sent to you, if they try to delete it, it will it'll still show you the deleted text and stuff like that. So if they try to go back into the messages and stuff, and you gotta go grab screenshots and everything, you can see all of the edits, all of the deleted messages, so they can't like try to play victim and stuff or lie about what was said.
That's fair.
which is really good.
I'm just quick
Mhm.
on things. If
I'll show you
if I
guys-
smell sus shit, my OBS is open.
Sure. Hey, if you guys want after this, it's only for PCs, but I'll shoot you guys a link to what it is that I have after this and everything. I mean, it's got a crap ton of just quality of life features in there that like help optimize Discord, keep you from like being kicked out of
My
calls and
mic
stuff if you're the
fell.
only one there. Huh?
Do you guys hear that pop from my mic?
Not really.
Okay, good. Because my mic lit up when it did it. My knee popped.
Let's see. So, my controller didn't want to track. The next one I found I'm so not good at where my pins are placed today. Hi. So this is originally from Relationship Advice, and then it got posted onto Best of Redder Updates. So it is lengthy, but it's just interesting. I think we're gonna have a theme today of man children, and they're playing rock
Mhm.
paper scissors.
Sure. That's 2 out of
Oh
3.
my lord. We'll conclude the winner. Don't worry.
Shoot.
There's a tie. Hold on, I'm invested now.
Scissors. Shoot. Fuck. Yeah, got you. Rock, paper, scissors. Shoot.
And she throws the scissors and loses another round.
Gotcha.
Oh my lord. Okay, before they do it again, let me be quick. Okay, so it is originally titled, My 21 female boyfriend, 22 male, gets so jealous over his brother's girlfriend, 26 male, 28 female, that he cries until he vomits.
Huh?
Yeah.
Little baby ass bitch.
My boyfriend,
Oh,
Jake, and I are high school
I'm a
sweethearts
roast
and
him.
share an apartment with my brother Finn. Finn has been seeing a woman named Bonnie for the past 3 months. They met over Tinder, and with certain restrictions lifting, this is posted around COVID time, we're finally getting to spend time with her IRL. She's a really great person. She and Finn are stupidly into each other, like accidentally finishing each other's sentences in love, staring with the big old gooey eyes in love. It's kind of gross, but kind of sweet. A couple days ago, I noticed that Jake's been acting weird. He's been a lot quieter and a bit colder to me. Going to bed early, getting up late. I tried to kiss him and he turned away. Yesterday when Finn was out, I asked him what was up. He started off kind of hostile, but when I said I was feeling really hurt, he blew up. Summarized, he told me that he was rethinking our entire relationship after listening to his brother talk about Bonnie. He said that Bonnie asked for Finn's preference when she cut her hair and didn't get bangs because he said he thought they looked stupid. Meanwhile, I got a pixie cut without asking Jake what he'd think first. He said that Bonnie gives Finn a BJ. That, yeah.
You can say that.
Every
You can say
night
that.
before bed and every morning when he woke up, when I don't really like oral, giving or receiving. He said I never even offer to give him massages or pack his lunch. For clarification, I do things for him all the time, but we've never been lovey-dovey. We don't even celebrate Valentine's Day, his suggestion. We both always agreed it was stupid and unrealistic. In fact, we always used to make fun of people for being sappy and definitely gave Finn hell a bit for being so gooey. He was crying by the end of it, saying that he felt sick over missing out on someone who would love him that much. I said I loved him, but he didn't want to hear it. He started gagging and threw up a little bit because he was crying so hard. I didn't know what else to do, so I got him some water and went to bed. I went to work early, and I've been hanging out at a coffee shop, but I have to go home soon. I have no idea where to go from here or what to say to him. I don't even know if we're still together. Help? Just with all of this. And then there is an update. But, thoughts?
They need to sit down with each other and talk about how they both show appreciation to each other for things, and or if one is like he's having trouble. Okay, hips.
You're having
You want
trouble.
to fuck
He's
the
having
mic over there? Shit.
Listen. This hardwood table got me kind of hard tonight. I can't lie to you.
I'm quitting the podcast.
Okay.
Good night.
Okay.
You're the one who went there. Anyways, though, it sounds like to me, honestly, that he doesn't see what she does do for him. He only sees what he wants her to do for him, but either doesn't ask or hasn't found a form of compromise for it. And like this is a messy
be
situation
honest,
that they're in right now.
He's a little itty bitty.
I heard Mason through your mic. He's right,
a
though.
little baby back bitch.
Well, because it's like
That's
also
quite literally-
communication.
You can't.
Yeah.
Like if you
exactly.
want stuff like that, you have to communicate it. And like if you want your relationship to be better and like, kind of have that kind of air to it, you need to work towards it to the point to where you guys can be like that, but you can't do that without like communication and actually putting effort and all that kind of shit.
Well, and it's also like he's going really hard on her of like, you don't do this and you don't do this and you don't do that. What are you doing? If you are wanting this treatment, not only do you guys need to have that conversation of like, I would like this, you gotta do it as well, home
Mhm.
dog. You can't just sit there and be like, no, it's you.
Mhm.
You didn't pack my lunch for me and you didn't cut the quest off like I liked. Like, okay.
Oh my gosh.
And see that's where the appreciation part of it comes in too, is because if he's acting like this, there's, in my opinion, there's something underlying there that is either, how do I phrase it? It's like he doesn't necessarily feel appreciated for what he does because he's not getting what he's wanting, if that makes sense, and everything.
It also
And so I
like
feel like they just
severely
need to
reeks
sit-
of insecurity to scream at your girlfriend because you're judging someone else's relationship. Like, homie, you need to fix yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if it comes to the point where you're
Exactly.
complaining that much about your relationship, you're too of a little small dick peen boy to actually be in a relationship.
I'm just convinced you hate your partner then. Like, do her the solid. But we do have an update. And if I can get myself, there we go, situated. Oh my lord. So the update comes 3 days later. I will say, before I get into the update, I just read this. One of the comments said he sounds like a grown-up version of Eric from South Park. And I think that's fitting.
I want a BJ, and you won't give it to me. Meh.
So with the update, it says, sorry, I didn't respond to anyone's comments. I went home after posting, and by the time I logged back to Reddit, the post had been locked. A few of you asked for an update, so here it is. I'm single. I came home, Jake was gone, Finn was there, and asked if I could sit down for a bit. He wouldn't give me the exact details, but said that he and Jake talked while I was out. He also showed me a few of the text messages to prove it.
Don't mind me, I'm refilling my
Apparently,
shit.
Finn had never shared any details with his brother, but Jake had been able to hear them through the walls when Bonnie stayed over. It wasn't a bro talk or anything after all, just the man I thought I was gonna marry listening to his
That's
brother have passionate
weird.
hugging through the walls. Neat. When Finn got home from work,
Weird.
Jake tried joking about it and made comments about Bonnie's race. Finn kicked him out, and now Jake is going to be staying with his parents, so I have to pay his share of the rent too because Finn refuses to let him in, and Jake refuses to come back. Double neat. A few people had questions, so here we go. Did Jake ever mention wanting romantic gestures? No, we actually got together because we were the only goths in school, and we bonded over being against lovey-dovey stuff like that. We grew out of the edgy phase, but yeah, he was always firm he hated Valentine's Day and women who needed roses or gifts to feel loved. Has he ever done anything like this before? Now that I think about it, yes. He's thrown tantrums before, but never like this. Things like carry-out orders for getting his side dishes or stores running out of his favorite items always made him really emotional. Then there was a question of why OP didn't like oral on either end, and she just simply states it was a bad incident revolving Jake's braces, which left her with some scarring. So she,
That's
not for her anymore.
wild.
Oh,
She feels sorry for Bonnie. I don't know.
teeth is real.
I don't want to know any more details about the relationship, but they seem happy. They work from the same high-intensity job, think physical trainers or OT, so she packs meal-prepped bento boxes for him and herself. Finn buys her flowers, fixes her car, goes over when spiders are in her apartment. Like I said, they're cute. Someone said this is fake. They said, listen, man, that's your right to believe it. Even if it is fake, I'm the one out here that now has to figure out how to ship 200 Funko Pops to my ex, so there you go.
Fuck. Yeah,
200
no,
Funko
homie's out here
Pops.
lying to himself about not wanting acts of appreciation and lovey
You were listening to
dovey
your
shit like
brother and
that.
his girlfriend doing stuff through the wall.
Yeah,
That's
the
weird!
wild part.
Like,
That's the wild.
if we are ever
If
in
you
a
heard
shared
that, why would
space
you listen?
and I hear any of you, okay, one of two things is going to happen. One, I'm going outside, okay, and I'm going to go get therapy. Two, I'm going to call your phone relentlessly or scream through the walls, quiet down. I will embarrass us both.
Rightly so. Rightly.
I'm not going to
so.
listen in. That's so weird.
Yeah,
Especially
right?
like to a blood relative.
no,
That's eee.
Put
No,
headphones
what would
on.
be weirder? What would be weirder is if he was at the door and he was peeking.
See, what I want to know is he guessing as to both the morning and nightly routines were, oral, or like was that a guess, or did you how did you pick up on that specific thing?
Listen, some houses have some really, really thin walls, and you can hear a
Oh,
lot.
trust
through
me.
'em.
But also just tell your
We
partner,
know.
hey, I kind of want cutesy romantic things, or maybe I want more bedroom time. Like that's
Exactly.
a normal adult conversation to have.
Communicate what it is you're wanting or need. Oh my god. People
Also,
don't do it
200
enough.
Funko
People
Pops
don't
is
do it enough at all.
wild, and I would make it the brother's problem. Not to be like the
Yep.
asshole of that, but I would 100% be like, hey, you kicked your brother out, so you figure out how to get the Funko Pops to him. Because 200 too, I'm sorry, shipping
No.
prices? I would
No.
throw them away.
No.
Oh my
This is
god.
why I only have a select few.
I just
I know, it's because you love me.
I just can't get past like the
What?
the tantrum to crying is still just wild to me. I understand being emotional. I think both me and Squishy can understand being emotional. We cry a lot, okay? If I watch a sad TikTok, I will cry. If I'm having a bad day and I drop my favorite pen, guess what? I'm in tears now. That's just how the day goes. But I don't crying till throwing up because you're sad your girlfriend doesn't pack your lunch or give you head is wild.
Yeah, crying. Not only that, crying until you throw. Like, how much of a baby are you? How
He
much of a
has to be-
spoiled little
if he's-
brat?
If he's
That you're gonna
crying
throw a
till
ta-
he's
Go ahead.
puking, he's gotta
Mhm.
be like sobbing.
Dude, that's the
I'm talking,
hyperventilating.
like, hyperventilating.
Mm-hmm. Like that's the wild part.
I think the last time I ever cried to the
That's-
point of throwing up, I think someone died. Like, that was the only reason I was able to justify it, because it gave me a panic attack in
Yeah.
the end. Like, it had to be extreme things.
Yeah, when
I
my
don't think I'm
mom
ever
died,
gonna
I
cry because
cried
my
till I
husband
puked.
doesn't pack my lunches for me. Like,
right? Like,
grow
bruh.
up. Talk to your partner if you're dissatisfied.
Honestly,
She's not reaching for her vape. She wants to hold hands.
I know.
Hey, yo, Pookie. That's for later.
Not on the podcast. That's for the
The fuck
Patreons.
you mean?
Stop. You guys are making me
This is
look
not
like a
on the
bottom.
podcast. That's for the Patreon. Shut the fuck up.
Oh fuck.
I think what I love better
Oh,
about
shit.
VR
Oh,
chat is when
fuck.
you say an out of pocket comment, but latency is definitely still a thing. So for like a second or two on my end, everything is quiet until you respond.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, oh, my joke didn't land.
Huh?
Oh my lord. I will say that will
Alright.
bring us to Squishy's last story of the night. Do we still follow the theme of man children?
No.
Oh, we're breaking it.
We're taking a sharp left turn here. Get ready to
Oh,
break
very
your
much.
ankles.
A very much
Get ready
sharp
to
left turn.
absolutely break
So,
your ankles.
this is again Best of Redditor updates. The original post was September 20. Is that an 8? That's an 8. September 28th, 2016. So this is also an old post. This is me, 52 male, a single dad, found out my 16 female daughter goes to Narcotics Anonymous meetings.
What?
Oh, I'm gonna have so much fun with this.
Do they just let you in at 15? They don't, like, legally call someone? Like, mandate a reporter? I guess it's anonymous for a
mean,
reason.
It could
So-
be. Go ahead.
Hello? Mouse? Can I scroll, please? Oh no, I can't. You wanna know why? Because there's a fucking cat.
It's always a cat.
Anywho. It says, Hi Reddit, I'm a single dad to 3 girls, 19 females, 16, and 14. This is something I am not sure how to approach. Some backstory. My ex-wife and I divorced in 2015. I am happy as a single dad and I love my daughters. I make enough money to support my daughters and then some, and I try my best being a solo parent. So, Dad, where did you
no.
go wrong?
Why is daughter number 2 in a narcotics meeting?
Just wait. I'm getting there.
Okay.
Anyways, my oldest is doing great in college. My 16-year-old is successful and has a great portfolio to get into fashion school, and my youngest is a music prodigy. My situation today concerns my 16-year-old. 16 female we'll refer to as E is
E.
quite rebellious and spends a lot of time out of the house. She works full time pretty much, drives herself around, and loves to travel. She funds her own travels, and I'm pretty lenient about it. There have been times in the past where she has gone across country without telling me, but I would give her trust back. She's really improved this year. I have suspected she takes drugs she's taken drugs a few times in the past, and even a couple weeks ago. I never had real proof besides a 2014 incident with weed. My ex-wife and I bought a lot of brought a lot of tension into the house, and as we first separated, so I did not punish E severely. She was on lockdown for about 3 days. She was grounded for about 3 days. A couple days ago, my band and I we're rehearsing as we do multiple times a week. This motherfucker's in a band at 52.
I'm a little proud, not gonna lie.
Honestly, yeah. My bassist told me his son, who's been in and out of rehab for years, has seen E at NA, which are Narcotic Anonymous meetings, every day this week, last week, and a couple weeks before that. I found out from his son that E is very involved, contributes all the time, and has a sponsor and is an awesome support to the group. The group meets 9 to 11, which means E is at work. E would not go to an NA meeting to get an attention or to fake an addiction. I've been doing a lot of research about addiction in Narcotic Anonymous and realized I've missed a lot of the signs that E had a problem. I felt terrible about this and I wish I was there more. I'm happy for my daughter, but I'm very confused about how to approach this. I found from the internet that people usually do not get sponsors without being sober. I want my daughter to know I know, but how do I do it tactfully? I am not angry or upset with her, just confused, and I would like to know how I can support her more as a father with a topic I'm unfamiliar with. I feel awful, and I miss the signs and potential's cries for help. TLDR, my 16-year-old daughter attends Narcotic Anonymous meetings, and I didn't know about it. How can I support her through this?
Can I be adopted by y'all? That's such a respectful and supportive family.
Dad.
So,
Okay, again.
Are you looking for a 27-year-old son?
Again, I say this as I look directly into the camera. Dad, where did you fuck up? Where was my support?
see, I do.
Don't know.
I'll be honest, I'm probably gonna deter from y'all's opinion a little bit. Do I think he's a good dad? Yes. Do I think he's the best dad? No.
No.
I know that's not the
That's
point
fair.
of this
He's
story,
not the-
but he's trying to
he's
play
not
best
the
friend.
best dad. That's
Talking
fair.
about
true.
like
That's
the
very
leniency and the, well, you know, she was going through a lot and that was my fault. You're playing best friend, you're not playing parent. And that is a very, very iffy road, and I only
that if he tries to
well, yeah, if he
to
pushes too
adopt
hard
her.
that she'll rebel harder. But I speak from a spot of like I have a friend whose parent is very much the I want to be your best friend, I don't want to be your parent. So all of your punishments really aren't punishments, they're really light. You don't really learn a lesson from it. And oh, by the way, you got my 110% trust to go do whatever you want. And this has been exhibited in such an extreme way that, and when I say like this parent didn't want a parent, I have known them my entire life. The parent reached out to me to parent the youngest because they didn't have the balls to say that there was a problem with something of them being in a relationship with an adult when they were not of age, and made that my problem when I was like 22 at the time. 22, 23. Like,
I remember being in call a few times when you had to deal with all of that.
and so when it
everything.
comes to
That was-
parenting, like, he's definitely the cool dad, but he's too much of the cool dad. And I think that's how you miss the signs, is because while their kids rebel or not, or don't like being grounded or X, Y, and Z of whatever you want to hate your parent for this week, it's needed.
Mhm. I think he might be afraid that if he's
Bless you.
excuse me. Thank you. I think he might be afraid too that if he's too strict on them, too much of like your typical parent kind of sense, that if she's already rebelling now, that not only is she going to rebel more, but that he's going to quote unquote lose those daughters and stuff.
Oh yeah, but it's like he in
to
turn
his
ended up doing the
ex-wife and
same thing
everything.
by being too lenient.
Yeah.
I do think though, when it comes to like
No, he
approaching
definitely needed to
this,
find a balance.
I think he has two ways of approaching the situation of like, hey, you know, I know that you do these. One, you have a sit down talk with her where you're just like, hey, can we sit down? Can we have a
Yeah.
conversation? Know that I'm not mad at you, but I want to help and I'm proud that you've been sober this long. And if you want to go a different route, which is, this is a very hit or miss, this is a solid 50-50 chance of this working in your favor. From my understanding of like sober things, they give you the chips, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When you know that she gained a chip, go get like a cake that has like that same like chip number and then like throw a little party when she gets home of like congratulations, which is a more forceful, exciting way of opening up that conversation if that's the route you want to take. Or you just need to have a very calm and gentle sit down of like, I'm aware of this and I'm proud that you've been sober this long. Like,
Yeah.
Being someone, I'm gonna out myself here a little bit. Being someone who has I'd gotten fairly decent at hiding, like, if there were problems going on and shit like that within my own life, or if I was struggling with stuff, especially from family and everything. I mean, I still do it. I'm not gonna lie. That's besides the point. But if she's like me, and like the main reason she's hiding it is because she doesn't want to disappoint anybody, but she also wants to be able to prove like I can do it myself and everything. She's hiding it. I'm getting off topic. She's hiding it for a reason, and um, I will say if he was to show up and be like with a cake and everything
Baby.
randomly,
Huh? That's weird. Where's me?
oh, that's when we go into like major, I guess what you call like hermit mode of okay, well now because now it's one of those like, oh well, one, how did he find out? Okay, now I can't trust the support group that I've been with this entire time that I'd actually formed bonds with and thought that I could trust. So now that's out, and I've got to find a new support group and everything. And
yeah.
it could be a whole big spiral kind of thing.
I would say if anything, if the dad can contact the support group and be like, hey, like my daughter attends,
Mhm.
I didn't know she was here. Can you help me organize a healthy meeting so that she knows I'm aware,
Mhm.
but I still want her to be supported? And I also think what needs to happen within the conversation of like, hey, I know, even if the dad doesn't feel like he inherently did anything too wrong, of like, like he didn't hand her whatever substance she used, I guarantee him being this
Mhm.
easygoing dad definitely had a play. And it's just
Mhm.
apologize for missing the signs and apologize for not
Exactly.
feeling like a person that she could go to. Because if you're this easygoing, that's probably why, is because you didn't have like that firm standing of a parent. You came off as a best friend.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, I definitely
That,
get it.
Alright, you ready for an update?
Please.
yeah. I
I
forgot
forgot
we
there was
said
an
this
update.
one.
January 3rd, 2017.
Oh, good thing it's short. I don't have to scroll. My mouse is doing the fucking thing again. Hi everyone. I'm incredibly thankful for everyone's comments and suggestions since my first post. Things took a bit of a turn from her progress, but today she is back to 30 days sober. We have not proceeded with rehab, but here's what has happened since then. 2 weeks after my first post, my daughter came home from her work and asked me if she could borrow the health savings card and pick up her medication for the next day. I said no, I would get it for her myself as I usually do. She protested for a minute or so, but I was firm. She left it at that. For the rest of the night, she was unusually quiet. She's usually quite talkative with her grandparents who live with us, or myself or her sister. Not that night. This was slightly concerning, but I didn't raise any questions. Fast forward to around midnight, my daughter came to me and spilled a lot of details about her drug past. It was a lot of information to take in at one time, and finally she got to the point that she relapsed and needed health savings cards to get detoxed. After my momentary shock passed, I told her that I loved her and that I would go with her
to a detox center and that she didn't need to hide things from me. I didn't tell her about how I found out she's already in meetings. I figured that could be my little secret, or it can emerge when the time is right. After that, she got detoxed and all was well for a while before she relapsed again. She was much more straightforward about it this time, and since that detox, everything has been going smooth. She's back into counseling and takes a 4-day-a-week class for getting her high school diploma. Today, she is 30 days sober and is celebrating her sobriety/birthday with some friends. I appreciate every single comment. Thank you for everyone for their kind words and advice. I feel good about the approach I took, although I would go back and change some things. She's getting the help she needs, and we have a more open line of communication. She's more lively and is getting back into her passions and is much, much happier. I still feel guilty that I didn't pick up the signs of addiction soon enough, but she assured me she has forgiven me and that I don't need to worry about it at all. Happy ending. Thank you, everyone. TLDR, 30 days sober today, and all is well after a few hiccups.
Oh,
Fucking bet.
I hope she stays sober though,
That's
because it
such
seems
a-
like she really is struggling.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's such a good ending for her.
That's a good ending for her, for the dad. I think it also helped him realize what push and pull is needed to be a proper father to her and actually help her through this.
Agreed.
You know, I'll take a happy ending for the end of the podcast. Shit, we just had a bunch of man children, and this one is just a dad who needs to learn how to dad better, and he's learning, so I can't really hate him too much.
Right.
I'll take a happy ending for my first episode back.
That's valid. That is valid. You were gone for a month. What was I supposed to do?
I know, Boogie. I know.
If it makes you
Boogie.
feel any better, do you want to know how chaotic that month was without you?
I know, I watched those episodes.
Well, because I want you to know, like, this episode, the homie episode, and the one before or after, somewhere in that line, I know I got like 3 or 4 episodes done in a span of 3 days and was losing my mind. I'd be in call with Shadow and I'm like, if I just get this done, then I just gotta edit this one, and then we can go and do this one, but I don't have the storage space right now on my computer, so I have to get this one scheduled and ready to go so I can delete the video and then edit the next
Oh
one so we
my
can record the
God.
next one. It was awful.
Like she would have one, right? In fucking CapCut or whatever it was, like going through the processing and like exporting, uploading stuff and everything, while she had another one downloading from the drive and 2 more currently being either moved somewhere else or like
Boogie.
in the process
my
of
defense,
being deleted off of her computer.
you went on LOA the same month that not one, but 2 holidays were happening that I knew I would also be stepping back. And so I was like, I have like a week timeline to get about 4 podcast episodes done, find enough stories to make it entertaining for people to watch, and also record TikToks and get those scripted and recorded and edited and scheduled. All from, and by the time I realized how little time I had, I effectively had 4 days until my parents came over to visit for the holidays, and then I knew I would be offline. So I was pushing it. You don't ever leave me
That was
again.
crazy, like
Shit.
just
I'm
that was a
sorry.
crazy like 4 days because it was all right, Shadow. We're gonna get on. We're gonna go here. We're gonna spend this time to this time getting TikToks and everything done, and then after that, we're gonna do from here to here. We have this podcast and everything. Got it? Cool. And then we'd get on and do it. And then at the end, like, all right, you ready to do it again tomorrow? Huh? Yeah. So tomorrow we got from here to here for these, and then here to here we have this podcast, and then Sunday we have this podcast with these guys, and then we're gonna go and get this, that, and the other real quick.
See,
and I'm good.
so the people
I'm
watching
set.
on Twitch
I'm
or YouTube or
done.
wherever you're seeing this from, I hope you understand that, like, even if this is not our main source of income, the people who do have like a passion for content creation of any kind, there's so much that goes into it. And when it comes to planning for the holidays, it's really hard to
Mhm.
get people as guests. So I pre-recorded like that entire month of December's episodes to make sure everything would be done and good to go. And so quite literally, while still having my full-time job and also trying to work around my fiance to make sure we have adequate time together, so I tried my best to not be on 25/8 like in VR when he's home from work. So it was like go to work, cool. And then when I had a day off, it was get up, clean the house, and then it was like, all right, here to here, we can do a live stream. Right after that live stream, we have to record videos. I have quick time, take a break, shower, charge the headset, message Shadow, we're getting on for the podcast. Let's go. And I have to edit it the second we're done.
Yeah. It's great. It's
And you know where I was through all that? Here.
Listen, it all paid off. My
Asleep.
Pookie is back.
Not here, but here.
Listen, now I can go back to just doing our usual schedule, which is episodes are up on Monday. Oh yeah, also to the people watching live, these episodes will be posted onto YouTube every Monday. I try to schedule them for around 8 a.m. If I'm late, you'll see it at noon. I don't know. But we typically get
It'll be
on
up
like
on Monday at some point.
today's Friday. Yeah, so we record Friday or Saturdays, and then I'll
Friday,
edit Sunday and
Saturday.
schedule. That's been my usual routine until there's a holiday that screws me.
Well, what you doing, Mink?
Hi, baby boy.
You know, with that, this was a new format because we are live on multiple platforms right now. So if there's any lag in these, sorry, can't really prevent that. There's a lot of things going on right now in the dome. But we'll see you guys later. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.